members of the press, thank you very much for attending this press conference. I will use both Botswana and English for the purpose of this one. Yaka mpoke kwa bui. Botswana Congress Party it's a permission apply on target 31. We spelled this out. The presidential launch. Never before has any party been that focused on a specific number of constituencies. We will not get less than 31 seats. And because of that, we are convinced for a government to Mosha, Mokedinya, November. Me, who's 50 hearts already, Rentiri on a party, 80 winga, we back and a personality. Kionti Kionele party and Tawonta, take a Langudiraga manifesto. Intikionele party, Yakusupa Hori, want to pay Bayone, Eta de Woman, na personality. Kionele Salishimo campaign. It's related, Ecopili, Yanu Ebata Kusupa Hori, Yamu Simolola, Idira in Fight and Amupuson, Gapedia, Yanovem. You see, Hobo talk, it's critical that our 100 days set the tone for 5 years. The first 100 days, Malatian Tile Congress Party de Bopuson, Atwaneti, Asupelete Batwana, Basolo Hele, Bomagain, Zapuso Yamutwana, Congress Party. Regala la Bugua Repapanet, for a meter that they really take to go with him, Momalatingan 100 Kiddy, for everything that will follow. Moraboha 100 days. Sita de Sitamala, the necessity reading, Momalatin Anta, Alco. Negata Papa Somali said about one. Haribi se pese se conteja manifest. Waro. But we do not know. Certain Diran Pile Hatedin. This one is a rapid Sukahore. Rona, what will be our tone? What will be our pace? What can people expect? What will inform the decisions? The policy what will be the style of leadership that will be rolling out really Ormente or motion? May these first 100 days, it is a sense of urgency. More a sense of urgency to all the arms of government, a sense of urgency to the private sector, a sense of urgency to social partners like trade unions. So we have decided that there will be a 10-point agenda for the 100 days. 10-point agenda for the 100 days, and these 10 points are spread over 5 themes. The Kanterba would Simon La Rebelli Dirahata. Dile Sobe Malatin Anka Ale the Pole. Within 100 days of being sworn in, these 10 points are the really Rahadite Prelebo Hori, Jadahati, Jobosh. The first theme, Kia Elabore, one I live to Mura, who detail Radibon. The kind this one for a totally just we want to bring in a government that they promote efficiency. We radilo kaboheho ka madi a manyenya ne gonale a no kabo edilwa ka yona. Re bataka go re be re tsenya this justice culture ya we radilo ka kaboheho le go tsa nna do away with wasteful expenditure. Let me put it bluntly like that. Wasteful expenditure. mokanuki wa dibuka tsa puso wa madi o na le monna nga go kwala ngwaga le ngwaga gore tota mo e ne le ditshenyegelo tse ne di sa tlhokagala. So within 100 days we will take steps tse di tla bontsha mongwe le mongwe gore this is a government of efficiency, this is a government that is clear on eliminating wasteful expenditure, and this is a government that wants to do more with less. So, first point on the 10-point agenda, this broad theme, is that after inauguration, I will announce a smaller cabinet than what we have currently. Clearly repeating dielo tse di go godimo go heta e ntse le cabinet ya mogoso. Number 2, ile wana go supa gore wasteful expenditure ga ba tlhokagale, and we should do more with less. Within the first 100 days, I will amend the law to terminate constituency allowance ya president, constituency allowance ya specially elected MPs, and ward allowance ya nominated councillors. That we will do in the first 100 days. The other points, those are the first 2 points, will be about arresting corruption. Broadly speaking, we want to arrest runaway corruption. For Kanela Tshegetso Setšhaba, number 3.3 out of the 10. We will restore the PPADB with more checks and balances. Eta busediwa mme na le tse tlana tse di mmalwa tsa go netefatsa gore sengwe le sengwe se direlwa mo pontsheng. Se se ra gore ra go emisa mo go tlisitsweng bošweng mo go development manager model. The business community must know that the development manager model is to inherit for its will come to an immediate end, and we will go back to a transparent way of allocating money. Number 4, we will establish a judicial commission on corruption. The DCEC in Telegata Sagamahata, to clean up, and I think I used this phrase yesterday, to be able to clean up your corruption. However, small like a mopa, what's that to allow more trading, what going or corruption is small land. How we tell them to flooded with leisure, you don't just mop if there is a leaking tap. You first start by closing the tap. The tap is pomponyolang. So development manager model will be terminated within the first 100 days, and we will go with a more transparent way of allocating government tenders. Point number 5. Within 100 days, we will amend the law or disclosure of assets and liabilities to make sure that those registers are accessible to the public. But how would you disclose me? How would you say? Because people should know. For Dumelang Saleshando otsene mo pusong a tsotseng. Ha o tsena go boheleng jwa 10 ya gago. Ba kgona go lebelela gape. For in the 5 years, ka salary e itsiweng, a tsaneng a na le tsone yaanong a di oketsegile ka tsela e tsamaelanang le ka seneng re se no amogedisa. Kana go iragetse masela mo semang. Ha go iragetse masela mo semang, ke botswa dipotso ke kgona go araba gore batswana ba bangwe le bone ba itse gore go na le masela mo se ao ka itukeletsang dikhumo ka one. Ga se yo masela mo se ao ditlamorago tsa teng gotlhe deeds. Maabane, I made an undertaking for to show my commitment to this. Declaration to the Ethics and Integrity Directorate as a presidential candidate. This morning I went to the Ethics and Integrity Directorate. A copy of my declaration. And I must say I got a shock of my life. I was told that it's also confidential to me. I think I bogolo yang ha ile gore e tswa e na le setempe sa bone gore hitile ka bone nna ke ka ntshang e se na setempe sa bone ke ba no ta dumela gore e ke ntshang ke one e go go bone. I was moved from one office to the next. We tell like for the final office, the top office. I think it must have been my fourth stop this morning. Mary Helen tickets I would really look to or they got to call it a part. Elo bara high lower enter Mupata Latin. Give a nail of what I put to Hatamori in a little negative in church you need. Mukolo Tengi sentence that page. Request to be furnished with a copy of submitted declaration form addressed to the Ethics and Integrity Directorate. This serves as a request for a copy of the declaration I submitted to your office on the 28th August 2022. The intention is to share it with the public. Yours faithfully, Dumelang Saleshando. Abasana bikutsohatsa gore ke ntitse mokwalo o ba re ke ba henako ba ye go kopela ba ba gapolla mo semolaong gore a mme ke ba nnele kana nnyaa tshologetse wa bone ne e le gore ba tla mpha phetolo tsatsi la gompieno, and as soon as ke bona tsatsi la gompieno it will be scanned into a soft copy form and distributed to any media house that wants to look at it. I have nothing to hide as a presidential candidate. So amendment of the law, I got mola kosi Balulim parliamentary candidates Botswana Congress Party. I trust that you will support that amendment so that it passes through within the first 100 days. Everyone in cabinet and parliament will declare, and that declaration will be made public. The next theme is how we want to address the national crisis. Either the informal or rather the national crisis, our response to the national crisis, a new national development plan. A transitional national development plan. So the new government will need to have a plan, a national development plan. But it will be important for the new government to inform the public service, to inform the public at large, for that plan, what must be its core values, what key problems do we want to address as a new government. And there are in the main two key points that we want to be incorporated. And we will do that by convening a presidential summit that will draw up a roadmap on 1, job creation, 2, saving our health sector, 3, saving our education sector. So in everything that will be done by the government in the plan, the highest priority, that plan will have to be informed by the outcome of the summit that will be held within 100 days, to spell out this roadway to job creation for every government department, to make sure that the crisis we see in our education system, the crisis we see in our health system is turned around in the shortest possible time. And that those details will have to come out of that summit within the first 100 days, hoping that after the 100 days, then we can conclude on the new national development plan. The other crisis that we will be mobilizing resources to address within the first 100 days is to have a complete plan to address the problem of illicit drug supply in Botswana. Illicit drug supply, and to roll out the establishment of a national drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. Our young people are dying. Our young people are losing their minds. Talent that we have invested in is perishing. Now I really don't understand. For a notable, such a small population, it's too difficult within 100 days to roll out a plan that will make sure that those peddling drugs immediately get the message that there is a new sheriff in town. If we continue in this business, they should know that it's time to move out of Botswana. But drugs. I have seen it na kongwe ko lapeng re kile ra nna le mathata a go tshengwe ke diteba in my household. Mongwe ba re ra re tla lotseng katse. You know, within a day, within minutes of the arrival of that cat, no one ever saw a rat again. The rat got the message loud and clear. And those drug peddlers must know from day one of the BCP being in government that it's time to leave Botswana. But accompanied with that, within the first 100 days, we will also, like I say, roll out the establishment of how we help individuals, how we help families to go through rehabilitation. Ba we ke a itse ra go buiwa ka rehabilitation, ba tsa re ke kgale yo bua le motho mo nna tse tlogela go ja go bona gago. Me ba se ba kile ba nna le masikana le mathata ba itse gore it's not an easy thing. It's a process, and unfortunately a very expensive process. E leng gore ba le bantsi ba sa kgoneng go ya into private centers. So that is will be our number 7 out of the 10-point agenda for 100 days. The next 2 are generally around the theme ya gore busetsa ditirisanyo tse di siameng le babereki, restoring good labor practice. And there we have 2 points, number 8 and number 9. Number 8, as part of addressing the problem, we should appoint, within the first 100 days, appoint all the qualified teachers in Botswana who are working as temporary teachers. For a full-time pensionable staff, more. So if you are working out there, how to get some doesn't matter what color you use. We told na li tankana tse di maleba. O ka simolla go di bakanya. Ka gore tona yota be ngale mo office kgwegeta. Tiro ya gagwe ke go itshwaraganya le lona le le phata la gago. Gore tisa di pampiri tsa di qualifications tsa go ha ile go gadiwa. E be ile gore in less than 100 days o boetse ke le kwano le le go bolelelang gore yaanong o mmereki wa senela ruri, you are permanent and pensionable. Like other workers, you can go to your bankers and tell them that finally, after 5 years of being a temporary teacher, I am now permanent and pensionable. The next one is point number 9, still under the same theme. Within 100 days, we will restore the public bargaining council. Botswana Congress Party is a social democratic party. Our values are to respect the rights of all. We must respect the rights of those that work for the government. So, we will restore the public bargaining council within the first 100 days. The last one is generally around the theme, good governance, the DNA of the Botswana Congress Party. The no compromise proposition by the Botswana Congress Party. The blood that flows through our veins, good governance. Within 100 days, we will start with a simulisa tiro ya go kwala molao motheo wa Botswana sesha le Batswana. That process will start. It will be kick-started within the first 100 days of being in government. So, in a broadsheet, these are the key 10 points, the 10-point agenda for the first 100 days in government. Like I said, I have absolute confidence that Botswana is ready for change. Botswana is ready for change, and Botswana are not without sight. They can see for themselves that amongst the broad parameters of their republic, there is a party that is ready to take over government. And I'm going to run through this again to summarize them. 1, a smaller cabinet will be announced. 2, immediately we will terminate the constituency allowance earned by the president and by the specially elected members of parliament and earned by nominated councillors. And maybe I should highlight something here. On the first day, this is what we will do. Constituency allowance, yaga president. Which president? President Dumelang Saleshando. Constituency allowance, yaga special elected. Baba tla be mbale mo ntabo ba parliament le yako mo counciloreng. Baba sanang di kgaolo gore ga gona ward allowance mo go bona. That is number 2. Number 3, restoring PKDB and doing away with development manager model. Number 4, commission of inquiry on corruption. 5, amending the law on disclosure of assets and liabilities by the national leadership to make it accessible to the public. Number 6, convene the presidential summit drawing up the roadmap on job creation, on saving the education and health sectors, and making sure that those are the core pillars of the national development plan. Number 7, complete a plan on addressing illicit drugs and rolling out the establishment of an alcohol, drug and rehabilitation center. Number 8, appoint qualified teachers who are temporary to become permanent. Number 9, restore the public sector bargaining council. And then the last one, kick-starting the process of rewriting the constitution of the republic. That's the 10-point agenda for the first 100 days. There's an issue I want to address you on. I'm done with the 10-point agenda. But there's an issue I wish to bring up and certainly it was going to come up during question time. So let me just provide background so that you know exactly what is going on. We wrote to the IEC, a soft copy of the voters' roll. They have not responded to the letter. I wrote to them in my capacity as a duly nominated presidential candidate, and also as a duly nominated parliamentary candidate. My understanding or the advice I've been given, and the letter was handed over to them in Maun. I came over to Gaborone last week. Went to the IEC went back to Maun physically. Ultimately got in touch with the Neo Karabang through a WhatsApp. But I do have a copy of the letter, stamped as received by the IEC. Out of this clear design by the IEC not to cooperate, and having inspected the roll, and mind you cannot inspect the roll a hard copy. It's piles and piles that will fill up the whole of this area. So it's an onerous task. South. That notwithstanding, we've been able to identify a number of names more than once. Same names, same identity cards, but different serial numbers. That's all. In the past elections, in Eremi Kwadisa more than once, the system automatically rejected one of the two registrations I will be paid. In Equalale rejected. Yahoo Pienu, I will reject it, who delivered to Laganu, Yahoo. We have therefore decided to approach the courts. We have put the evidence before the courts. Now, that soft copy. IEC in Titama Guavore, Party. It's their discretion. I want to speak about Patelita. From the Lithuania, now we know Kaira Duty. Yanokupama Kota, Aditep, for Kalipota Potabansa. Everybody can IEC to do one of two things. Number one, confirm worry, but I'll tell at least 2 party reps. Kotamale, Koroi. I don't have to tell you the 2 party reps. By Itania worry, but I'll tell by the party and the cattle. For Bandeli Koroi can not pay. Ilum Mahaleta Mankopi, the Hayati Bofos, Lilium Mahaleta Mankumaro, Hayali Bofos. The bandit of this to call the Cotain. Let's have come on, ordinarily, how no submitted the qualo when you contain that help. When I have lots of read over the amorage, they were a kind which were come to the moon. Repta to that siloter legapo copa on the more arcabole. Me peto very bon and come on your. The papers are sitting at court, not registered. I thought I should just share that with the media. Et à rehailo go ka nna diphetogo pele ga le khota le tswala gompieno ke dumela gore ngwana le samago Ota lomagana le rona ka ha twetseng ka teng. But those were the two key points of the day. The main one, the 10-point agenda for the first 100 days. The second one, an update on issues that are not on the top.